5 seniors, and their freshman point guard, became eligible at semester, but they did lose a big guy at semester to grades, and they'll have him, next year. But that has happened to the Argos. It seems like just about every year for the last 3 or 4 years since Anthony's been there, where, and I think it says something about the academic integrity of the school. I honestly do. If you have kids that aren't making the grades, and then you're not giving grades away, and they're ineligible. And I think it says something about Providence that, you're going to come to class and you're going to toe the mark, or you're not going to be eligible. But it really has hurt this basketball team. They don't have near the size that they had.
Well, we'll see what happens as the Saints drop from 10th to 14th in the rankings after going 2-2 during the ranking time frame. We'll take a final break. We'll come back. Your starting lineups and tip-off, the Saints men and the Argos here from the PE Center. This is Carroll College basketball on 94.9 ESPN Radio and ESPNMontana.com. Jason Walker and the Hall of Famer Gary Turcott back at the PE Center as the Carroll College men take on the University of Providence. And Coach, the Saints men shot nearly 65% from the field on Saturday night and blew the doors off of Rocky Mountain College and got a big win for the Saints, and a much-needed win.
Well, the first half, it was unbelievably impressive. The energy that the Saints came out with, and started with Carson Cunningham from the bench, and it was just amazing. Ryan Imhoff was he was unbelievable. Both ends, I mean, he was blocking shots, he was getting assists, he was getting rebounds. I mean, it was just unbelievable that first 10 minutes of the game. That just set the tone. When they come out like that and play defense like that, they're really tough to handle.
The Saints, they shot almost 70% in that first half. It was it was great. They were outscored in the second half, so that's something that we've seen too throughout the course of the season is big second halves by opponents, and the Saints are going to have to correct that over the final 9 or 10 conference games here.
That's a good point. They've had that little bit of letdown the second half after playing awfully well. The game they lost at Montana Tech, they played really well the first half and just came out second half, couldn't make anything. Got stagnant and ended up losing the game to Montana Tech.
Carroll College starting match, Burnham, 6'8", junior from Spengle, Washington. Laurel Johnson, 6'1", senior from Downey, California. Ryan Emhoff, 6'6", senior from Napa, California. Matt Wyman, 6'7", junior from Great Falls. And Ife Kalajai, 6'2", junior from Rancho Palos Verdes, California. For head coach Dr. Carson Cunningham, Jesse Ripe, Scott Menzies, and Sonia Cinnamons, Tony Dalton, his assistants. The Argos will start Jack Taylor, a 6'2", junior from Tampa, Florida. Jared Schultz, a 6'1", senior from Stevensville. Trayvon Bashir is 6'5", redshirt senior from Inglewood, California. Stephen Daho Clark, the 6'7", senior from Montreal, Quebec. And, am I missing one? Yep.
Deshaun Rice.
Dushawn Rice, yep.
Dushawn Rice.
6-foot senior from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Anthony Owens in his first year, assisted by Chris Lewis. Coach Owens not afraid to play 15 guys, it seems.
And they do. He substitutes, like a hockey line almost.
And wow, Matt Wyman misjudged that one. He doesn't lose many tips. Saints in the home whites, purple numbers and letters, gold trim. Argos with the ball. The Road Blues with the green numbers and letters. Looking like the Seattle Seahawks. Saints won by 10 2 months ago. Schultz up on top for Rice. Barely draws the iron. And the rebound to the Saints. It's Laurel Johnson into the front court.
He shoots at that kind of that funny, like the guy for the Lakers, the point guard. The guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that same kind of, he shoots it from the left side there.
Ooh, it's turnover as Burnham bounced it off of Laurel Johnson's leg. Back the other way. Schultz, a 3-ball in transition, short. Wyman with a rebound. Rochelle Sayers, the head coach of the Saints women, says that Wyman's going to have 30 points tonight. That was her prediction. And we know he's capable.
Well, he is when he gets going.
Still scoreless here, just underway. Minute gone by. Kalajai out to Wyman on the far wing. His pass to Emhoff off of his hands. So the Saints with a couple of quick, careless turnovers here in the first minute. And it's Rice with it up on top. Carroll College, second in the Frontier, 6-4 conference mark. The Argos 4-6. Saints 18-4 overall, averaging 83.6 points, giving up 66.4. The Argos averaging 77.9, give up 74.7. 5 on the shot clock. Taylor drives, has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Argos with 3 on the shot clock. Minute and a half gone by here, scoreless still at the PE Center.
Well, the Argos have had 2 pretty good looks at threes and airballed them both.
3 on the shot clock. The inbound up on top to Schultz. 2 to shoot. Step back long 3. Almost banked it in. Offensive rebound to Daho Clark. Now Schultz off to the right side for Rice. And Rice will dribble back to the top of the circle. So the Saints with 18-10 to go, back on defense. Rice, free throw line. Off to Bashir. Gets it to Taylor, dumps it off to Daho Clark, who draws the foul and a bucket.
Well, that time the Argos got a little dribble penetration instead of just settling for the 3. The first 3 shots they took to start the game were threes. And you that's the thing about basketball. You never know how your team's going to come out. Carroll's come out here, a couple of quick turnovers. Very unlike them.
Daho Clark, 67% free throw shooter. First free throw is up and good. So 3-0 Argos.
And Argos in a little zone press, kind of just to slow Carroll down.
Doesn't slow him down much as Wyman drives baseline, and he'll draw a quick foul. And Daho Clark with a foul, his first, team foul number 1.
And they don't have a ton of depth at the post. That's one of the when they lost their ineligible player.
The inbound Emhoff, 10-footer's good.
Nice inbound play. Good execution.
So Saints on the board, trail with 3-2, 17:45 to go here in the first half. Jason Walker alongside the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte. Rice dribbles up on top over the left side for Bashir. Now back to Rice up on top. Argos going left to right. Taylor left wing. He'll try to drive baseline, leaves it out to Bashir. Jump three, no good. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Imhoff. He's got a 1-on-3, and he'll wait. Handoff to Kalajaye through the lane, foul. He'll shoot two.
And that'll be an assist for Ryan Imhoff. That'll be his first for tonight.
So did you check? They do count assists on free throws?
You know, I think I did check, and it depends on the scorekeeper. Now, that clearly was an assist pass. Sometimes the scorekeeper will wait to see if you make one of the free throws to give you credit for it. But
Kalajaye at the line. Hits the first. We're tied.
So Ryan should get his first assist. Won't be his last.
No.
The way he passes the basketball.
He leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, and turnovers. And Ife hits them both, so the Saints have their first lead. It's 4-3.
Carroll with his own press.
Schultz, three ball. This one's good. 6-4 Argos, 17 minutes to go here, first half. And Laurel Johnson loses it out of bounds off of Anthony Owens, but he's the coach, so it doesn't count. And that's the Saints' third turnover now.
Yeah.
Rice angles to the left wing. 16:40 to go. Carroll down 6-4. Bashir comes right side to Taylor in front of the Saints bench. He'll penetrate down the hall, got it up and in, and the Argos have a 4-point lead.
And that's a tough shot over Wyman, who is, the 6'7" wingspan. That's a tough shot with his left hand.
Kalajaye at midcourt. Carroll down 8-4.
Little zone here, one kind of a 1-2-2 zone.
Saints. Now Burnham has it over to Kalajaye for three. Bang! Three-fade Kalajaye.
Good patience by Carroll that time. Real good patience against the zone. Got a catch and shoot for Ife.
Saints down 8-7. Just under 16 to play here in the first half. Schultz. Transfer from Blue Mountain Community College. Leaves it off for Bashir, back to Schultz, and we get an offensive foul on Daho Clark. That's his second.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
And team foul number 3. That'll bring Deshae Williams off the bench, 6'6" junior from Tampa. So we talked about, the transfer league on the men's side, and Providence one of those.
Nobody more so than Providence. But they, 5 seniors, so they bring some. 4 of these kids were here last year that started, and a ton of experience.
10 transfers. Lob pass. Wyman misses the tip,
and that's a little set that they like to run against zones. And Wyman doesn't miss that one very often.
No, he just kind of bobbled it, and now Schultz back the other way. Free throw line, leaves it up on top for Rice. Argos up 8-7, 15-15 to go here in the first half. Schultz now dribbles top of the key, passes right side Rice. He'll try a three. It's off the mark. Rebound tipped off the backboard to Bashir. Leaves it out for Rice. He'll penetrate, leave it out. Taylor for three. Short. Imhoff with the long rebound. Long pass up ahead to Laurel Johnson. Laurel lays it up off the glass and in. Saints back up by 1.
And that's Ryan Imhoff's second assist. Big time rebound and assist.
14:45 to go first half. Carroll by a point, 9-8. Saints in second in the Frontier as Schultz up on top. Trailing UM Western in the standings. Carroll 6-4. Tied with LC State as Taylor drives and misses, and Imhoff with another rebound. Outlet up ahead the far sideline to Wyman. Dribbles down to the wing. Now picks up the dribble. Dumps it off to Imhoff, who bounced it into the hands of Bashir. Now Taylor back the other way. The layup. They call a blocking foul on Wyman. Count the basket.
And I think they're saying he was inside the horseshoe, But, we've talked about how hard that block charge call is.
That's Wyman's second, team foul number 2. Alejandro Santos Piqueras, and he played so well, the 6'8" redshirt junior out of Madrid.
Last two games,
especially last week.
Yeah.
He was a force defensively. He scored 10 points. That came off the 12 points he scored at Tech in that loss.
Yep.
Had 9 rebounds, 5 assists on Saturday night in the blowout over Rocky.
And he was featured in the Independent Records game day.
Yeah, Eric Anderson did a nice article on it.
Yes.
And his family. It's 11-9 Argos. Well, three-quarter court press here. Piqueras up ahead to Burnham. I think Matt's got a haircut. Now Kalajaye, who hit a 3 from the right wing earlier. Now Santos Piqueras has it up on top. Goes baseline down inside to Imhoff, who spins in the lane and puts it up and ties it at 11.
And Carroll looking a little more comfortable against that 1-2-2 zone now.
Took him a couple of possessions to figure it out as Matthew Brooks McGregor, the redshirt senior.
And he did travel.
Traveled with it. Yeah, and we get a timeout on the floor. 13:39 to go in the first half on the Bud Light scoreboard. It's 11-all in Helena. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Carroll College, University of Providence, tied at 11. 13:39 to go here in the first half. Jason Walker alongside Gary Turcotte. The coach, it took a couple of possessions for the Saints to get into a little bit of a rhythm, but they're starting to assert themselves now. Yeah,
that little 1-2-2 zone that the Argos are running. Carroll hadn't seen a lot of 2-3 zone, Western a lot of 2, but they haven't seen the 1-2-2. So sometimes it takes a while because your spacing is a little bit different and your rotation's a little bit different.
Entry pass into Imhoff, takes it to the hole, draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
Now that time they circled Santos to the point and let him throw the ball in to a ducking Ryan Imhoff from the low post. And the reason that is so effective is because Santos is so tall. He's 6'8". He can look right over the top of those small guards and just make that entry pass.
Imhoff.
It's tough to zone big guards because they can pass right over the top of it.
Imhoff, the 81% free throw shooter, hits his first. Carroll back up 12-11. Second one is on the way, and it is good. So 13-11 Saints. 13:20 to go here in the opening half. Rice working against Kalajaye into the front court. Leaves it off for Williams. On the far wing, he fires a 3 that barely hit anything but the backboard. And now Santos Piqueras back the other way. Over to Kalajaye, extra pass to Burnham in the corner. Back up on top to Kalajaye. He'll come near side Laurel Johnson. And now Piqueras up on top, Kalajaye. Burnham, 3-ball, boom! Well, Match got going the other night, the second half. He had 3 threes.
Well, he's the zone buster. He is the guy that you look for, that you want to take the ball away from him and bring it back, because he has got a big-time three-point shot.
And Saints lead 16-11 now. 12.5 to go here in the first half. Sergio Berkeley had a couple of big games recently as Brooks McGregor rises and hits from 3. 16-14. Carroll's 5 out of 6 from the field. Providence is 5 out of 13 now. They've hit 2 threes. Carroll's 2 for 2 from distance. Kalajaye out to Burnham. Back to Kalajaye for 3. Good! 3-Fay with the second. And the Saints back up 5. 19-14, 12 minutes to play in the half. Single. Berkeley near wing. Dribbles top of the circle. Trying to penetrate, lost the ball. Kalajaye stripped it loose. Imhoff picks it out of midair. He'll bring it into the front court and leave it up on top for Santos Piqueras. He's looking right, passes that way, far side of the floor to Earl Johnson. He'll penetrate, fire from 15, no good. Imhoff tips it, no good, but gets the rebound back, leaves it out to Kalajaye. The jump ball's called. That'll be Carroll basketball.
Imhoff has really got his legs tonight, doesn't he?
You know, he had him Saturday too. You could see it.
Yeah.
You know, the Saints have played a lot of basketball. So has everybody, but you could tell the wear and tear because Imhoff playing so many minutes.
Yeah. He's got his legs back the last 2 games. I mean, that was a big-time offensive rebound there.
Wyman back in with the 2 fouls. Ollie Karin, the senior from Bozeman, had a nice game last week against Rocky. Kalajaye near corner, inside to Carr. Kick it out to Piqueras, right back to Carr on the block. Takes it against Daho Clark. Double teamed, and he throws it away into the hands of Rice. Up ahead, Brooks McGregor's going to have an easy layup. 19-16.
And that time Oliver got triple teamed and he just wasn't able to get out of it and find the open man.
Kalajaye up on top. Santos Piqueras over to Burnham. The wing 3. Saints are 4 for 4 from downtown.
Oh, that's just candy for him. That's just too easy. The 1-2-2 zone, those post players have got to get out to the corner and cover those shooters from the corner. They're not getting there.
Carroll 7 out of 9 from the field. It's a lot like they did against Rocky.
Yeah. They've had turnovers have been the only way they've stopped themselves.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, otherwise and 1 miss, I think.
Ball loose, knocked off Brooks McGregor, so it'll be Saints basketball. 10:33 to go. Carroll up 22-16. Bashir back in. Don't forget Super Bowl 52 coming up Sunday, the Patriots and the Eagles. And coverage starts at noon here on ESPN Radio.
And the Argos out of their zone and going to go play man-to-man. I think that's probably smart, but they've been just getting lit up from the three-point line.
Saints are 4 for 4. Another turnover almost. Kalajaye went off of Taylor.
Looked like he had a middle drive there, and he just kind of lost control of it.
Rocky women beat Northern women, so Rocky and Carroll women tied atop the Frontier at 8-3. Carr working down on the right block. Kicks it out to Kalajaye. Right back to Carr. Lost it. Now Kalajaye a deep 3 as the shot clock expired. That's the Saints' first miss from distance.
And Carroll never got the ball reversed that time. They got a little stagnant with their isolation game that time.
Schultz a 3 off the mark. Burnham with a rebound. 9:50 to go, first half. Carroll up 22-16. And Match Burnham calls a timeout. And how about this? Brad King's going to come in.
Wow.
We didn't see him until late in the second half last week.
He came in with 10 seconds to go.
2 rebounds and 2 points.
So it goes to tell you, he impressed Carson in that 10 seconds. He got 2 rebounds and a putback.
Yep, and he's going to play.
Yeah. So here he is
in the first half.
Yeah, there's no wasted minutes. There's no garbage minutes.
6'8" freshman from Germana, Australia.
Yeah.
About an hour away from Melbourne.
Well, this is good to see. I hope he, because he's been very patient.
9:47 to go. 22-16. Saints in the lead here in the first half. So you've got King, Kalajaye, Wyman, Burnham, and Santos Piqueras on the floor for the Saints. And it's Wyman with it up on top. So Wyman running the point right now. Well, with Santos Piqueras. His pass tipped out of bounds. Stays with Carroll. 9:38 to go in the half. And Dane Warp back in for the first time. The sophomore from Haver. Imhoff returns along with Laurel Johnson. So Carson Cunningham trying a little bit of everything right here with the Saints up 22-16. Are you surprised that he's going to the bench this much?
I think he's feeling that his team is playing pretty well, and he wants to. He knows he's got to develop some of these guys and get them some time. I think it's a smart move.
Coming down crunch time in the frontier, of course. Burnham, another three. This one's off the mark. Saints, after starting 4 for 4, have now gone 0 for the last 2 from deep.
The Argos are keep trying to play that zone, Jason, and Carroll keeps lighting it up from the corner because their post players are not getting out and covering. They got to get out and cover that baseline corner in a 1-2-2 zone. There's nobody else to cover it.
22-16 Saints. Taylor right side for Schultz. Now up on top, Berkeley. He'll just fire a 3. Didn't look good, but it went in.
Yeah.
Wasn't a pretty shot, but it counts on the scoreboard. It's 22-19, 9 minutes to play in the half.
Box and 1 on Burnham. Box. No, they're just really trying to keep the ball out of his hands.
He's got it in the near wing, leaves it up on top, Laurel Johnson.
They're going to try to find him.
Johnson, now Imhoff, feeds down low to King, who's fouled from behind by Bashir.
You know, Brad King's a big man. I mean, just look at his length.
Well, he's listed at 6'8".
He's at least that.
And, you know, he's got some ways to go to put on some bulk, but he's going to get there.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch his development the next few years. Imhoff backing down on the right side, gives it to King in the lane. He puts it up, left hand missed it, but he had a good look. Rebound back the other way come the Argos.
That would have helped him to have that one go down.
Berkeley, the penetration misses, rebound, loose, jump ball being fought for as guys hit the deck, and it'll be Argo basketball with 8:20 to go and College IA back in. Maybe. If they let him in. Now they wave him in. Took him a while to figure out if they were going to let him in or not. Saints leading at 22-19. They haven't been able to just break away yet. Schultz.
But every time it looks like they're going to, the Argos hit some kind of a tough 3.
Taylor drives, hangs it no good. Rebound by Bashir. Twice he got it to go finally the second time. 22-21. Argos with the last 5. In fact, they're on a 7-3 run over the last 4 minutes. Laurel Johnson has it. Out there with Warp, King, College IA, and Imhoff. Warp feeds King down on the block. And, a travel called.
Yeah.
So he's missed a bucket.
Well, I don't know how much, like most of those internationals, they haven't played with their back to the basket much. And that's, they've spent their whole life facing the basket. And then all of a sudden he comes here and Carson needs him to post up, and he doesn't look comfortable there.
And how about the nice talking to he got by senior Ryan Imhoff at midcourt.
Yeah, just put
keep your head in the game. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Saints up 22-21. Wyman back in. King now to the bench. Taylor working against College IA, and he traveled with it. Anthony Owens saying he didn't travel with it, but they called it. And that is a turnover on the Argos. Back to the Saints with 7:31 to go. 7.5 to play. 22-21 Saints. Johnson. And they're going to call him for a travel. So that's 3 straight travels we've seen called in 3 possessions.
Very, very rare for Laurel to get that kind of a call. I think he probably traveled, but Laurel just doesn't do that very often.
So the Saints, 22-21, they lead. Carroll hasn't scored since the 11-minute mark, so coming up on 4 minutes scoreless. Schultz will try a 3. It's an air ball. The rebound, though, into Berkeley's hands, who's fouled by Laurel Johnson. So the Argos now with 5 offensive rebounds to just 1 for the Saints.
Sergio Berkeley's a 6'3" senior from Jacksonville, Arkansas, Jacksonville High School. He's a strong, athletic young man. I mean, he's a force in there.
And we get a timeout on the floor. 6:58 to go, first half. The Saints 21, the Argos 22, the Argos 21. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. (22-21), Carroll leads, 6:58 to play here in the first half.
And Carson back with his starting lineup in now.
He went with a couple of different looks. The Argos went on a 5-0 run. Schultz will try another three, or this one's Brooks McGregor, no good. Burnham with a rebound. Up ahead, Imhoff. And they're going to say he traveled with it. So that's 3 straight travels on the Saints. Carroll, 7 of 12 from the field, down to 58%. They started off 7 of 9.
Well, this is as much as I've seen. I mean, they're playing well, except they're turning the ball over just kind of needlessly.
They have 9 turnovers now.
I mean, you know, that's just not typical of them.
We've seen them with a lot more turnovers this year, but usually later in games.
Yeah.
Rice. Penetrate, kick out, and Brooks McGregor leaves it off for Berkeley. 5 to shoot. Berkeley. And a bailout foul called on Match Burnham with 3 on the shot clock.
Boy, you hate to see that.
His first 4th-team foul. Argos 40%, 8 of 20 from the floor, 3 out of 12 from the three-point line. So they put 20 on the shot clock. That's a new rule. Brooks McGregor in the near corner working on Imhoff. Up on top to Rice. Rice with 10 to shoot. 6 minutes to go in the half. Carroll up 22-21. Berkeley. Step back. Baseline 15-footer is good. And the Providence Argos have a 1-point lead.
Berkeley is one of those guys, Jason, that he's a one-on-one guy. I mean, he's got great catch and shoot, live ball moves.
Well, and he's very one-on-one. We saw over the last, his career at Providence, when he plays within the team system, the team usually does well, and now he's called for a hold on Imhoff. But when he tries to do too much individually, that's when the Argos struggle.
Well, I think like coming down at the end of a shot clock, they want to get the ball in his hands, and he can make plays.
Foul on him, his first, team foul number 6. Berkeley averages 12 points, and Imhoff throws it into the Argo bench to our left. Another turnover on the Saints.
In a sense, Carroll's lucky only to be down 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 10 turnovers in 15 minutes.
5.5 to go. Saints down 23-22. Carroll has been scoreless for nearly 6 minutes. Berkeley, top of the circle, feeds Brooks McGregor for 3, and it's another make. And the Argos have a 4-point lead, their largest. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Johnson gets it inside to Imhoff, who puts it up, no good. He'll draw a foul and shoot 2.
And that was a real nice entry pass by Laurel Johnson. I mean, he could sense that Carroll was struggling, and you got to get the ball to your best player. And they posted up Ryan Imhoff that time. Laurel made a real nice entry pass to him. That's a skill that people don't appreciate, being able to feed the post. It is so important to have guys that know how to do that. Because Ryan Imhoff, I mean, as good as he is, if somebody doesn't pass him the ball down there, he can't make the plays he makes.
Knocks down the first free throw. Kyle Nickel checks in, along with Santos Piqueras. Saints pulled it within 3 here. Much different first half than we saw against Rocky. And really, Carroll's not shooting bad, 58%.
No.
But they have 10 turnovers, which has led to 15 points for the Argos. Argos with a 15-2 advantage in points off turnovers. 15 of their 26 have come off to Carroll mistakes. 26-23, 4:40 to go in the half. Berkeley out on the left wing. Now Brooks McGregor working on Kyle Nickel. Back to Berkeley. The dribble down to the near wing. 7 to shoot. Into Delaney, penetrates. Puts it up, draws a foul, shoots 2.
I almost kind of think you're going to have to double team him a little bit. He is really a handful. What's he, about 6'2", 6'3"? 6'3", 200 pounds, and strong, and very quick.
Well, you know Providence is confident after knocking off previously 8th-ranked LC State last week.
Yep.
First free throw's up and no good. He missed that one badly.
They're 4-6, and they've lost some close games.
Yep.
I mean, the difference between 6-4 and 4-6 in this league isn't much.
No. So let me ask you something. Anthony Owens is in his 4th year now.
Yeah.
And they've been middle of the pack in 6th in the league the last 3 seasons. They're sitting in 6th right now. Is this the year that they need to take that next step as Berkeley misses them both?
Well, they have so many seniors, Jason. I think had they been able to keep their big guy eligible, it probably would have been their year.
Santos Piqueras back in. Comes to the near corner. Kyle Nickel passes up the 3. Now Imhoff has it on the right block. Dumps it baseline. Carr up and in!
And that's that baseline backdoor cut that nobody in the country, I don't think anybody anywhere does as well as Carroll does.
And it's nice to see Imhoff and Carr out there together. We've talked about that a lot this year. The 2 big guys out there together. Berkeley over the left side. Brooks McGregor, a 3, well short.
Good defense.
Rebound being tipped around. Nickel comes down with it. Santos Piqueras now with the Saints back a chance to take the lead. Kalajaye feeds Piqueras. Dumps it off to Carr in the lane. The baby jump hook is up and in. 4 straight for Ollie, and the Saints have the lead back.
Yeah.
27-26, 3.5 to go in the first.
Ollie got his confidence with that backdoor layup, and then he makes a left shoulder jump hook.
Well, we saw that backdoor pass from Imhoff 4 or 5 times last week alone. It worked so well. Berkeley, a long 2.
I don't know what you do about that. That's pretty good defense by Ife.
Yeah, he just kind of put his hands up like, what else am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
3 minutes to go. Saints down 28-27. Kalajaye dribbles up on top over to the far corner for Nickel. Gets it into Imhoff. Kicks it out. Santos Piqueras, a near wing 3 is good! Santos Piqueras makes it 30-28. 2:35 to go. Rice over to the left side for Brooks McGregor. Back up on top to Rice. And Imhoff's going to get called for a foul. It's kind of a silly one. He reached over Quesley Marie Norasius. Taylor in for Providence. 2:21 to go in the half. Carroll up 30-28. Saints are 10 out of 15 from the floor, but they have 10 turnovers. And they're being out-rebounded on the offensive end, 5-1. Berkeley drives baseline, throws it right into Imhoff's hands, and now he gets it to Santos Piqueras. Up ahead quickly is Kalajaye. He'll drive, fouled, he'll shoot 2.
And that was real good defense that time by Ife Kalajaye.
Foul on Jack Taylor. It'll be his first, 8th team foul.
Sergio Berkeley really tried to beat him, and Ife just wasn't going to have it, caused the turnover.
So the 7th turnover on the Argos. And Kalajaye at the line. 87.5%. Hits the first. He's now 3 for 3 from the line tonight. The Saints have a 3-point lead as Schultz returns for Providence. Kalajaye will get a second. It's up and it's good. And it's 32-28. Saints are up 4 with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Rice out on the far wing. Up on top, Schultz. Now back to Rice. He'll drive baseline. Leave it in the near corner for Schultz. Up on top, Brooks McGregor. He'll go high post for Williams. Goes left side, Taylor. 3 on the shot clock. A long 3 as the shot clock expires. Dushan Rice hits it. And it's 32-31.
That was deep in the corner, almost behind the backboard when he let go of that.
Argos 5 out of 16 now from 3, and they trail by 1 with 80 seconds to go. And a foul down low. That'll put Oliver Carr at the free throw line as Deshae Williams picks up the foul, his second, 9th team foul.
And I was just about to start bragging about Kyle Nickel about how good a defense he's played, and he just gave up a 3 in the corner, and Carson is all over him.
Oliver Carr at the free throw line, 79% on the year. Hits the first, and he'll get a second. 33-31 Saints. Ollie's second one on the way, also good. And Oliver is in a band called the O. Henry Band with Henry Hill from the Saints football team. They'll be at the Staggering Ox Saturday night with their new album.
My goodness.
Next Saturday, I think.
What instrument does he play?
I think he's guitar.
Is he?
Yeah. They're kind of a folky Americana. It's good stuff. But it's next Saturday, February, whatever it is Taylor dumps it off down on the block, and a foul's going to be called as Daho Clark put it up. Draws a foul on Carr. That'll be February 10th at the Staggering Ox. Of course, we're there on Monday nights with the rundown at 5 and the Saint Sports Zone at 6. And speaking of the Saint Sports Zone, coming up February 12th, our 4th annual football recruiting show. As Coach Mike Van Dies will join us and break down all of the new signees for the Saints.
Oh, that would be good.
It's a lot of fun. We have it. It'll be a 4th year we've done it, and it's a lot of fun. We get a big crowd. People get to see on film the high school new recruits, their high school films.
There's so much interest in that. I mean, that is just so important. And I was talking to Coach Van Dies. He really likes his young players. There's a lot of young talent in the program, and if they can have another good recruiting year to go with what they have, I think they're going to be back on top here before you know it.
Matt Wyman back in. Saints up 34-33, 57 seconds to go here in the first half. Argos back with pressure. Coming up this Monday on the rundown at the Staggering Ox, Tony Arnson, Kyle Mihelish, Travis Rowell, football coaches, will join us to break down the Super Bowl. That's a fun time. Wyman near wing, up on top to Imhoff, comes near corner, Picaris for 3. 2 for Santos Picaris.
Boy, he's shooting with a lot of confidence, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, and that's another assist, I should say.
Yeah, you're writing those down.
I am, because I don't think the scorer gets them. That's 5 assists I have for Imhoff right now.
The scorer, they have 4, but you're counting the free throws from College A.
Which was 2 free throws, yeah. Yeah.
12 seconds to go. Taylor drives, blocked out of bounds. 10 on the game clock, 6 on the shot clock. Saints up 37-33. You know, the one thing that's really hurt Carroll, and we've talked about it already in this first half, turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, they're 11 out of 16 from the floor, but they have 10 turnovers. Timeout taken by the Argos. And Anthony Owens, as the Argos were having trouble getting it in. So a 30-second timeout with 10.3 remaining. The Saints, 11 of 16 from the field, 6 of 8 from the three-point line. But they only lead by 4 because they have 10 turnovers. The Argos have 15 points off of the 10 Carroll turnovers.
That is,
for 7.
That has allowed the Argos to stay in it because the Carroll shooting a great. They're getting great looks.
Well, the Argos are 12 of 27 from the field. That's 44%. They've shot 11 more shots than the Saints, made 1 more. They're 5 out of 16 from the three-point line.
Yeah.
I mean, that's They have 11 more shots and 1 more make, but they trail by 4 because the Saints are more efficient.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Saints #1 in the nation in field goal and the free throw percentage, and they're 9 out of 10 from the free throw line. The inbound for the Argos. Brooks McGregor gets it to Daho Clark, fires from 10, no good. Santos Piqueras with the rebound. Imhoff has to fire a 3 at the buzzer, no good. But the Saints take a lead into the halftime locker room. It wasn't pretty, but it was efficient, and they did just enough, and they'd have a 4-point lead at the half, Coach.
And the last 5 minutes, they didn't turn the ball over. The 10 turnovers, that was with 15 minutes left, gone in the ball game, and they didn't turn it over again after that. So maybe they've solved that turnover problem.
Saints lead on the Bud Light scoreboard at the break. It's 37-33. Back with a halftime show in a moment. This is Carroll basketball on ESPN Radio. Halftime in Helena, and 14th ranked Carroll leading the University of Providence 37-33. Jason Walker, the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte, and Coach mentioned it going into the halftime break there that the Saints had 10 turnovers in the first 15 minutes. They didn't turn it over after that, but they're shooting economically. They're shooting well. They're playing great defense. Providence has been able to hang around because they have 15 points off of 10 Carroll turnovers.
Yeah, they did, and Carson was, got a lot of his bench in, and he knows he has to continue to do that. He likes the way his team was playing, and he did lose a little momentum when he did substitute. Although Santos Precarious again playing well, 2 for 2 from 3, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. I mean, that's the kind of play you love to see coming off the bench. And then I also thought Oliver Carr played well.
Yep.
Oliver gave him some good juice. He comes in, goes 2 for 2 from the field, gets a couple of boards.
And, aside from the turnovers, the one thing keeping the Argos in it too, because they're not shooting fantastic. They're 5 out of 16 from the three-point line. But when they are making those threes is when Carroll looks like they're just about ready to blow the game open. But then the Argos hit a 3 or 2, and they're back into it.
And they had 6 offensive boards.
Yep.
So, that's just enough to keep you around. And, it's still anybody's ball game, although I think Carroll's defense is eventually it starts to wear you out. And I don't think the Argos can live and die with that three-point line. They're taking a lot of threes. Some of them are contested. A lot of them are contested threes.
The Argos with a 15-12 advantage off the bench, 10-8 points in the paint, 5-0 off the second chance points. And Carroll, once again, no offensive rebounds. They had just one, so I don't want to say none, but they're not offensive rebounding the ball this year.
And, they didn't miss a lot of shots. How many shots
that
did they
helps.
miss? They only missed
6.
They only missed 6 shots.
Yeah.
So you don't have a chance to get as many.
That's true. But that has been an issue this year is offensive rebounds or lack thereof.
Yeah. It is, but it's always funny, The Carroll has 6 missed shots, and the Argos have 14 missed shots.
Yeah.
So, you have a little better chance, although
and the rebounds are 12 apiece.
Yeah. But if I were Carson, I'd be upset about giving up 6 offensive rebounds, because that's if they hadn't have done that, those are how many second chance points do they have? Yeah. So instead of having a 5-point lead or 4-point lead, it could be a 10-point lead.
We'll take a break. We'll come back as the drum line finishes here at the Peavey Center. Halftime in Helena. Rolls on. We'll run through the first half stats for you. The Saints lead on the Bud Light scoreboard, 37-33. Halftime continues after this. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on ESPN Radio. Yeah, because I'm going to do stats. Halftime in Helena, the Saints 37-33 lead over Providence. The Argos 12 of 28, 42.9% in the first half. 5 out of 16, 31.3% from 3. 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. 8 points for Brooks McGregor, 7 for Berkeley to lead the way off the bench. 5 apiece for Deho Clark and Taylor. 2 for Bashir, 3 for Schultz, 3 for Rice. 4 assists, 7 turnovers, 4 steals for the Argos. 6 offensive rebounds and 5 second chance points. For Carroll, 11 of 17 from the field, 64.7%. 6 of 9 from the three-point line, that's 67%, 9 out of 10 from the free throw line. 10 points for Ife College IA. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal for Ryan Emhoff, who also has 3 turnovers. 6 points for Match Burnham, 2 for Laurel Johnson. 6 apiece for Santos Picaris and Oliver Carr off the bench. Picaris also with 3 assists and 3 rebounds. Carroll 11 assists, 10 turnovers, a block, and 3 steals. Providence is led by as much as 4. The Saints have led by as much as 6. We had 2 ties and 9 lead changes in that first half. And Argos with a 15-4 advantage in points off turnovers. And Coach Turcotte, I know you wanted to mention somebody for you?
Yeah, just a special hello to Joe Robinson, who is the father of Micah Robinson, who is one of the Carroll College women's basketball players and one of the top pole vaulters in the country. They think she has a chance to win a national championship here. Anyway, in the pole vault, Joe has had some health issues, and I know they got him to Salt Lake City, and he's resting comfortably there. And we want to give a very special hello to him. He's a youngest son of the great Robinson family from Helena, one of the really outstanding Helena families, I think, of all time. And we miss him, and we wish him well, and hope he can get back on his feet soon and get back. He never misses a game. He comes to every Carroll game. So our best wishes to him and his family.
I also want to give a shout out to 2 shout outs. One to Coach Jim Hogan, who's listening tonight. Also, Christina and John Eichler. Christina, the business manager for Carroll College Athletics, but they had their baby boy at 8'16" last night, 7 pounds, 10 ounces. They still don't have a first name, though. So maybe Jason or Gary.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Jason or Gary Eichler. Sounds good, right?
Sounds good.
But congratulations to them. Also, we mentioned it last week. Congratulations to Ben and Lindsay McIntyre, the golf coach, Ben McIntyre. They had their second child last week, a little boy as well. So a lot of babies being born here at Carroll. And we'll take a final break. We'll come back. Your second half just around the corner. The Saints looking to birth another victory. They lead 37-33 at the half. This is Carroll Basketball on ESPN Radio.
What was it? Boys. 2018. Can anybody beat Sentinel girls?
I think Helena High could if they don't play crap.
I don't think Capital can. No. I think Helena High is going to be
St. John's going to come out of the West. Bozeman beat them, but it took 5 overtimes.
Really? In Bozeman?
No, it was in the Sentinel. Right before the break. In the zone.
Wow.
Well, Bozeman got beat by Butte, boys and girls. Hannah Wheeler had 30 points against them. Hit 6 or 7 threes coming in. She had 4 points in 4 games.
Figure that.
Burnham, Imhoff, College, Jaya, Wyman, and Laurel Johnson to start the second half for the Saints, who lead 37-33. Jason Walker, the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte. End of third quarter in Missoula. The Helena High girls leading Missoula Big Sky 35-27. Jamie Pickens, the future UM Grizz, has 16. And the Helena High boys leading 20-18 over Big Sky over at the Jungle. Saints with it to start the second half. Burnham working against the zone. Laurel Johnson, extra pass. Kalajaye, his 3 off the mark. So the Saints started 4 for 4. They're now 2 for the last 5. Taylor comes to the near wing to Rice. Daho Clark at the left elbow now. Traveled. He looked at his coach, and his coach, Anthony Owens, said, "You did."
Yeah.
He looked right at him. He goes, "No, you did."
It's tough to. He's trying to drive on Ryan Imhoff. I just don't. It's just tough to beat him. I mean, he is such a good defender.
Johnson out on the left wing for the Saints in front of the student section. How nice is it to have the pep band and the students back?
It's wonderful. Just changes the atmosphere.
Johnson in the wing, Kalajaye. Gets it down inside to Imhoff, spins, baseline, feeds. Wyman for the dunk! 6-point lead for the Saints now, 39-33, and that is just what Imhoff does. He finds the open man.
And they cut. You know, they know who's supposed to cut and where they're supposed to cut.
It's so impressive.
It is.
Bashir gets it to Schultz. Penetrates, kicks it out to Rice. Back out, top of the key. Schultz for 3. Off the side of the iron, no good. Wyman with a rebound. Up to College and up the far sideline. Burnham dribbles down to the wing. Gets it to Imhoff. Back to Wyman, now out to College. He'll penetrate, leave it for Imhoff. 15-footer, a little strong off the glass. Rebounded by Trayvon Bashir. Saints lead 39-33, 18-12 to play. Schultz dribbles over to the far sideline, reverses, top of the key now. Back over to the right wing on the pass to Jack Taylor, knocked away from Burnham, and Burnham, that's a silly foul on Match. And that'll be his second, team foul number 1. Bashir, Daho Clark, Williams, and Berkeley each had 2 fouls in the first half for the Argos. Burnham now with 2, Johnson with 2, and Wyman with 2 for the Saints. And Ife Kalajai is going to retie his shoe.
It took a little while. I think he tied it in a triple knot.
I think so too, yeah. He didn't have much to work with at the end there. The Rabbit Ears. And offensive foul.
Great defense by Laurel Johnson. Just great defense.
Taylor, kind of knocks him to the ground, and Johnson may have sold it a little bit as Sergio Berkeley is going to check in. Berkeley and Brooks McGregor had 15 combined off the bench to lead the Argos in the first half. Saints lead 39-33 here. Wyman gets it to College out on the far sideline. Up on top now to Laurel Johnson. Passes left side to Wyman, back to Johnson. He'll reverse, back to the right side, Wyman, back to Johnson. Now College on the wing, 10 to shoot. The lob to Wyman, who doesn't dunk it, he just kind of tipped it in, but it's 41-33, Saints with their largest lead.
Was that Imhoff through that pass?
College through
it.
Now Rice lost the handle, gets it back and passes over to the right wing, Bashir. Bashir back up on top to Rice. Now Schultz has it on the near wing, Berkeley. Over to Schultz in the near corner. He'll drive baseline, get into a little trouble, lob it out to Berkeley up on top. 2 on the shot clock. He fires a 3, it's off the mark, and Wyman tracks down another rebound. Up ahead, Laurel Johnson. Johnson, top of the key, has some penetration, kicks it out, Wyman. Passes inside to Imhoff, who puts it up. Left hand draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2.
And we always talk about the first 3 minutes of the second half. It's who comes out with the energy that the first 3 minutes. To me, it's the second most important time of a game. The most important, of course, is crunch time, the last 2 minutes. But the second most important is this first 3 minutes, and you can just see who has the energy. Right now, it's Carroll.
Imhoff, 7 points tonight, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 for 4 from the line. and misses the first free throw. So he's missed 2 free throws tonight.
A little short on both of them.
Brooks McGregor back in. Just started the second half down in Butte. 8th-ranked Western leading Tech men 47-40.
Tech men have gotten better. They're very physical.
They are.
Yeah.
Carson Doomer had 8 points in the first half to lead the way. He has 10 now.
I thought Doomer did a nice job in the Carroll game.
Imhoff hits the second. The lead is 9, 42-33. 16:40 remaining here in Helena in regulation. Rice up on top. Now over to Bashir. He'll pass right wing. Brooks McGregor lobs it down inside Daho Clark, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. And if it's Burnham, that's his 3rd.
Yeah.
Team foul number 2, and it'll put Daho Clark at the line.
Well, Matt's got the one silly one. You know, I mean, that one he probably earned, but the one silly one he got, now all of a sudden he's got 3.
Daho Clark, 67% on the year. And he hits the first. Oliver Carr in and Burnham out. 42-34. Saints lead by 8. Daho Clark, the 6'7" senior from Montreal, Quebec. From Gillette Junior College. Hits the second. 42-35, 7-point lead for the Saints.
And the Argos in a full court press now. A lot of pressure, trapping. Ooh.
Wyman 3-on-1 feeds Oliver Carr, who misses the dunk. Back the other way come the Argos. Berkeley out. Brooks McGregor fakes the 3. 15-footer from the elbow is good. That's a 4-point swing there.
It's a 4-point swing.
And it's a 5-point game with 16:05 to go. Saints up 42-37. Now Wyman, he'll feed Imhoff, left baseline. Stepped out of bounds with it. That's the 11th turnover now for the Saints. 15:55 remaining. Carroll at 42-37.
It's amazing how a missed dunk sometimes can swing momentum in a game.
Just like how a dunk can also do it the other way.
It can, yeah.
Rice to Bashir, now left side, Berkeley. Berkeley on the near side, gets it to Brooks McGregor in the near corner. Up on top, Berkeley swings the right side. Rice comes back onto the cross court to Brooks McGregor. Free throw line, gets it inside Daho Clark, fouled from behind. And that'll be on Oliver Carr, that'll be his second. 3rd team foul of the half for the Saints. Providence basketball with 15:28 remaining here in the regulation, trailing the Saints 42-37. Rice, penetration, kick out to Bashir. He'll try a 3. It's no good. Daho Clark with the offensive rebound, puts it up and in. 42-39, so the Argos on a 5-0 run.
Started with a missed dunk.
Make that a 6-0 run.
Yeah.
And it's 42-39 with 15 minutes to go. Carr spins back the other way, puts it up with the right hand and in.
Really nice post move down there for Oliver. That'll get him back in good graces.
Started to his left.
Yeah.
It takes everybody out.
Yeah.
Came back to the right. And it's 44-39. Rice, near side to Berkeley, into the corner for Brooks McGregor. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Imhoff. It'll stay with the Argos as Deshae Williams back in. Seminole State transfer from Tampa, Florida. 14:33 remaining. Saints up 44-39. Rice, the penetration, 3 on the shot clock. Williams will fire off the mark, no good. Rebound by Matt Wyman. Up ahead, Laurel Johnson at the far sideline. Down to the wing, all the way into the corner. Knocked out of bounds off of his leg.
Lorel just went a little too deep. You know, he was looking to dribble penetrate, got a little too far down the corner and couldn't get out.
14-15 remaining. 44-39 Saints. Shout out to former assistant and the current head coach out at Eastern Oregon, Carlito Labarda, who's watching online and listening along. Coach Labarda doing a great job with the Mountaineers out there.
I'm so pleased to hear that. One of the most popular coaches we've ever had at Carroll.
Nice drive by Deshaun Rice, and it's 44-41. Saints by 3.
Argo's definitely playing with a lot more energy right now than they came out at the start the half with.
Yeah, it's been a different
a lot more
3-minute
energy.
swing here.
Yeah.
Carr, top of the circle, comes right side to Kalajaye. He'll feed Emhoff. Double team comes out to Wyman. Now Laurel Johnson, the 15-footer from the baseline off the back iron, no good. Rebound tip, and Bashir comes out with it. He'll take it into the front court, feed Brooks McGregor on the near wing. Gets around Emhoff, he drives, dumps it off to Williams, who's fouled, and he'll shoot 2. And that'll be on Carr, that'll be his 3rd. And we get a timeout on the floor. 13-19 remaining at the PE Center. It's the 14th ranked Saints 44, the Argos 41. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Well, both teams are 3 out of 7 in the second half. And the Saints leading the University of Providence 44-41. 13-19 remaining here in Helena. And with 13:42 to go in Butte, 8th-ranked Western leading Tech men 49-45. Be nice if Tech could knock off Western.
That would be nice. That's a rivalry game. That is they say that's their biggest rivalry. Although I think both of them, their biggest rivalry is Carroll. But I have a little slanted view when it comes to that.
Deshae Williams hits the first free throw. He's a 68% free throw shooter. Makes it a 2-point game. 44-42. Argos on a 9-2 run over the last few minutes, and it's 49-43 Carroll. Kalajai almost turned it over. Santos Piqueras calls a timeout.
Yeah, Anthony Owens, the Argo coach, thought that there was a travel there. But Carroll did have to take a timeout. I think they were worried about getting the ball advanced over the 10-second line.
Well, they had 5 seconds to work with, but
they were not in good shape.
No.
And definitely, Jason, the Argos are playing with an awful lot more energy than at any time in the ball game right now. You know, they have the energy.
Well, you know, we saw it a week ago tonight down in Butte when Carroll had a 13-point lead at the half, and Tech played with more energy in that second half and got the 3-point upset.
Well, Carroll's defense, when Carroll gets their defense set, they're so good. It's so tough to get a good shot. But when you can get Carroll is in transition, after a miss, after a steal, then that's when there are cracks in the defense, and you can take advantage of them. And right now, that Carroll isn't scoring. The Argos are coming down in transition, and there are cracks, and they're making them pay for it.
Brooks McGregor has 10 to lead the way for the Argos. Kalajai has 10 to lead the way for the Saints. Carroll with 58% from the field, the Argos 43%. But UP is 5 out of 19 from the three-point line. The Saints are 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but they're not firing as many threes as they were. I thought they were a little three-happy the first half. They're looking to get the ball inside a little bit more now, and they're going to have more success if they keep playing that way.
Saints will have it inbounding to our left in front of the Argo bench. Santos Piqueras wants, Coach Owens, you can't stand in the way. Santos Piqueras gets it in to College Eye, back to Santos Piqueras, now up ahead College Eye on the far left wing. Way out, back to Piqueras. 13 minutes to go, Saints up 44-43. Wyman dribbles down to the far wing. Now Burnham has it. College Eye, 3 seconds to shoot. He'll lob it to Wyman, who puts it up off the glass as the shot clock hits a 0.
And that's a nice little set come out of the timeout that Carson Cunningham called.
I didn't know if that play. And then they turn it over to get the steal. Burnham up ahead. College Eye. The layup is good. That's a 4-0 run
After the timeout.
in the last 20 seconds. And it's 48-43, Carroll by 5. They've led by as much as 9. Rice, top of the circle. Penetration down the lane. The layup, he got it to go.
Tough shot.
48-45, Piqueras. Now Burnham in the near corner. Takes a shot, drives baseline. Passed it out, but he was fouled and he'll shoot. Are they going to say? Are they going to probably inbound baseline?
Yeah, they got a foul on the Argos there.
Trayvon Bashir with the foul, his third. Taylor and Daho Clark back in for the Argos.
Well, Coach Cunningham takes a quick timeout and runs a set play, gets a score off the set, gets a steal, scores off that, and just like that, the momentum turned.
Santos Piqueras inbounds to Carr, double teamed. Leaves it out to Wyman, almost stolen away. Burnham has it, top of the circle. College Eye in the far corner. Now Wyman, 10-footer in the lane, too strong. Rebound by Berkeley. Now Brooks McGregor, he'll fire a quick three, and he rolled it in.
You know, he's playing well. I like his game.
We are tied at 48.
Not very big.
And we've seen him the last few years.
5'8", Paradise, California.
And Santos Piqueras takes the timeout. We're tied at 48. 11:36 remaining. But a nice 5-0 run by the Argos after the Saints had went on a 4-0 run. And we get a timeout on the floor. 11:36 to play in Helena. 48 all on the Bud Light scoreboard. We'll get your thoughts when we come back in 1 minute, Coach. This is Kiddo College basketball on ESPN Radio. .36 to go in Helena. Saints and Argos tied at 48. Down in Butte, Western leading Tech, 53-45. Saints with the basketball. Carroll at 59% from the floor, the Argos 46%. Both teams have hit 6 threes. The Carroll men have taken 10 less. Imhoff, free throw line, in and out. And Jaho Clark with a rebound up ahead with 11:22 to go. Argos can take the lead. Had 9 lead changes in the first half. And Brooks McGregor misses the 3. Now Burnham across midcourt gets it off to Santos Piqueras. He'll dribble down the left side, leave it off into the lane for Burnham, who misses. Rebound to the Argos. Rice has it. Across midcourt, Brooks McGregor, baseline. Ooh, Imhoff just got pushed in the back by Daho Clark. Rice backs it out, 15 on the shot clock. Brooks McGregor now stands right in front of his coach, Anthony Owens. He'll dribble down to the baseline, leave it up onto the wing for Rice. The 3's on the way, it's off the mark. Rebound, Match Burnham. That's a big time rebound for Match there.
Yeah.
10:18 to go in a 48 all ball game. It's Kalajaye. Banks in the 3 from the side. Wow!
I don't think he called bank.
He did not. But it counts nonetheless, and the Saints back up 3. That's 3 threes in the game for 3-Fay Kalajaye. 10 minutes to go. The Saints lead 51-48. Brooks McGregor up on top. Hand off Berkeley. He'll dribble down to the right side and leave it up on top, Jack Taylor. He'll penetrate. Ball knocked loose. Burnham picks it up, gets it up the head to Imhoff. Imhoff spins, lost it out of bounds, tipped out of bounds by Berkeley. Bashir back in for the Argos with 9:43 to go. And Western up 10 over Tech with 9:30 to go there in Butte. Santos Piqueras inbounding baseline. Lob, Wyman, too easy.
Really a nice out-of-bounds play there drawn up by Coach Cunningham.
53-48, Saints back up 5 with 9:33 to go.
Just like that 5-point lead.
We've seen a lot of those 4-point swings here in the second half. Brooks McGregor and an offensive foul on Berkeley and an illegal screen.
And that's the big point of emphasis this year. The referees are taught to call that. Sometimes it looks pretty incidental.
3rd on Berkeley, 4th on the team. Imhoff comes up to set a screen. Santos Piqueras hands it off to him. Back to Santos Piqueras. 9:08 to go. Saints up 53-48 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Kalajaye to our right in front of the Carroll bench. Dribbles up on top. Now Piqueras has it. Far left wing. Now Burnham. He'll step into a long 3. It's good!
Beautiful execution that time by Carroll. Very efficient.
8:50 to go. The Saints up 56-48. That's a nice taken by the Argos, but a nice 8-0 run out of a timeout by the Saints a few moments ago.
It started with a bank 3 by Ife, and then real good execution out of bounds play, and then another set for Match Burnham to get a 3, and then good defense 3 times in a row. All of a sudden, 8-point lead.
Kalajaye's 3, he was in the corner and somehow banked it in. That's hard to do.
It is.
Saints 8 of 12 from the 3-point line, 19 of 32 overall. Providence 6 out of 22 from 3, 17 out of 39 overall. Carroll being out-rebounded 20-17, including 7-1 on the offensive end. Points off turnovers pretty even right now, 19-15 for the Argos, who have 14 turnovers. The Saints have 12, just 2 in the second half, and just 2 turnovers, Coach, since the 5-minute mark of the first half. So they've gone almost a full half with just 2 turnovers.
Yeah, Carroll had a bad run there, the first 15 minutes of the first half, and since then they've played with so much more precision.
Saints leading it by 8. And down in Butte, Western leading by 10 over Tech. I'd like to see the Orediggers come back in that one.
Western's got a good ball club. They're going to be a handful. It's going to come down to that last weekend of the year.
Last game of the year, Western and Carroll.
Right here. Yep. Could be for both men and women. Could be for the conference championship. I mean, although Rocky women are awfully good.
And I don't know if anybody actually anticipated Rocky Women being that good, considering the non-conference schedule was one of the weakest in the league. And, Picaris almost got the steal. 8:35 to go. It's Carroll men up 56-48. But the Saints and Rocky Women, as Brooks McGregor tries the three, it's no good. Burnham with a rebound. Saints and Rocky Women tied at 8-3 atop the Frontier Conference standings on the women's side. Carroll men trailing the Western men by a game. And Tech and LC will play tomorrow, and then Western and LC on Saturday as Burnham. Another three! It's good for Metz, who has started to heat up over the last couple of games.
And that's another set that Carson called up. They're really running some beautiful sets.
8 minutes to go, and it's 59-48. Saints starting to pull away here in Helena. Rice out to Brooks McGregor on the far wing. Now he'll dribble up, leave it for Bashir. Back to Brooks McGregor. Fakes the three, penetrates to the free throw line, loses it off for Daho Clark, the left hand up and in.
Nice pass by McGregor. I really like Brooks McGregor's game.
Well, we've seen him the last couple of years.
Yeah, he can shoot. He's a smart player. He knows how to get the ball inside.
Wyman has it off to Imhoff. Imhoff has struggled a little bit tonight by his standards. Just 8 points, just 2 out of 5 from the field. Kalajaye trying to drive baseline. Somehow it ends up in the hands of Picaris, who misses. Rebound being tipped around, and Brooks McGregor comes down with it. Yeah, Imhoff's only shot 5 times tonight.
Yeah.
He is 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. But it's nice to see the Saints have a
you can win without him having a big game.
Yep. Brooks McGregor near corner inside. Daho Clark blocked away twice, but they got Imhoff with a foul the second time. The foul's going to go on Kalajaye, his first, 15 foul. 6:54 to go, 59-50 Saints. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Carroll College Basketball on ESPN Radio. Daho Clark hits the first free throw. 59-51, Saints in the lead, 6:54 to go. Daho Clark will get a second. It is on the way, and it is no good, and Santos Picaris with a rebound. Imhoff will cross midcourt with 6:45 to go, and the Saints up 59-51. Imhoff leaves it off for Wyman. Now over to Kalajaye on the far wing. And try to go inside to Burnham, who's fouled from behind. Schultz with the reach around. Team foul number 5, his first. And Deshae Williams back in for Providence.
It's great to see Match Burnham shooting the ball like that again.
Well, he was 3 for 3 from 3 last week in the win over Rocky. He's 4 for 5 from deep tonight, 4 out of 6 from the field overall. Inbound Kalajaye. He has 4 of the Saints' 9 3-pointers. Kalajaye has 3, Picaris with 2 for 2. And he has it up on top. Gets it to Imhoff on the high post. Offensive foul on Imhoff. Williams takes the charge. Imhoff's second, team foul number 6. Berkeley across midcourt with 6:14 to go.
A real important possession here for the Argos. If they're going to make a run here, they need to do it pretty quick.
Schultz gets it to Brooks McGregor. Another 3, and it's good.
I think he's their best player. It has been tonight, by far.
59-54, yeah, 16. 5:53 to go. Saints up by 5, 59-54 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Picaris gets it to Kalajaye up on top. He'll dribble to the left side and leave it for Picaris there. Spins it to Burnham in the corner. Another 3 for Mitch! He has 5 triples tonight.
Boy, that was a great answer by Carroll.
62-54.
He's really feeling it. That ball was in his hands about a tenth of a second. Very quick release.
15 points now, all from deep. 5:20 to go. Saints back up by 8, 62-54 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Berkeley comes left side. Williams will try a three. Air ball. Rebound Santos Piqueras. Coach Cunningham wants the Saints to slow it down with 5 minutes to play here in Helena. Wyman, top of the key. Over to Piqueras out on the far wing. Looking to penetrate. Gets it to Imhoff. Imhoff, a strong drive, fouled, and he'll shoot two. Well, he hasn't taken many shots tonight, but he is getting to the foul line, and that's important for the Saints.
Yeah, and that was a good take there. Very good discipline by Carroll.
Imhoff has 8 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played a solid basketball game.
Yeah. What's really helped Carroll here is Match Burnham getting hot. I mean, and
foul on Berkeley, his 4th, and Imhoff hits the 1st. Rice and Daho Clark back in for the Saints, or for the Argos. 4:50 to go. Saints up by 9. They've led by as much as 11. And Imhoff will get a second. 61-54, Western leading Tech. 7 minutes to go down in Butte.
And did Western women win that game? In Butte?
Yes.
Easy.
By 11.
11.
Imhoff hits them both, 64-54. 4:45 to play. College High and Burnham each have 15 to lead the way for the Saints. Imhoff now with 10. Brooks McGregor over to the right side for Berkeley. 4.5 to play. He'll fire a three. It's off the mark. Piqueras with the rebound. That's his 7th rebound tonight.
And that's not a fluke.
He has 6 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. That's a pretty good stat line for Santos Piqueras, who almost had his pocket picked by Berkeley. And Bashir back in.
He's really turned into a good defensive rebounder.
Yes.
One of the Carroll's best rebounders for minutes played. No question about it.
4:17 to go. Saints up by 10, 64-54 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Wyman high post out to College High. He'll penetrate, leave it out to Burnham. Another three from the corner. This one's short. Rebound tipped by College High, and a foul on Daho Clark, who rode the back of College High.
And Match Burnham finally missed one.
That is second miss from three. We got so used to seeing him making them the last 2 games, which is the match of old, and he's the first to admit he struggled the last month with his shot. But if any indication of the second half last week and the whole game tonight, Match is back. Foul on Daho Clark, his 4th. Saints shooting the bonus. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. And College High now with his 16th point. And it's 11-point lead as Jacob Wetzel checks in, 6'2 junior from Great Falls High, former teammate of Matt Wyman. Wetzel's the other one we can never remember when we talk about those great teams that Bob Howard had for the Bison a few years ago.
Bison. Yeah, that's right.
College High hits them both. The Saints have their largest lead now, 66-54. 4:04 to go here in Helena. Rice to Brooks McGregor, fakes the three, 17-footer, no good, rebound Wyman. And he got hit in the head.
And McGregor accidentally poked him in the eye and apologized for it.
Yep, good sportsmanship there.
Yeah.
Wyman took it to the nose. He'll shoot a 1-1 if he can.
Yeah, I think he took a pretty good shot. They're going to have to get him out.
Unless that Jeff Burchell can get it stopped in 20 seconds. I don't see any blood, so
no.
Maybe it's his lip, it looks like, or his nose.
I think it's his nose.
They have 20 seconds to help get it stopped. 3:53 to go. The foul on Brooks McGregor, his 1st. Team foul number 8. Looks like Imhoff's got a little blood on his uniform they're trying to wipe off real quick. Not sure who that came from. And they might have to take Wyman out. They get it stopped, maybe?
It is bleeding a little bit, but it's not profusely bleeding, but just a little bit.
We've got 4 guys with 8 towels out there right now trying to get it all cleaned up. And Jesse Ripe, the assistant, out to wipe up some blood because the trainer is going to take Wyman. And, well, somebody's got to shoot free throws. They got to put somebody in for Wyman. Imhoff still has some blood. Well, Wyman's not going to come out, so they got the cotton swab stuffed up the nose, looking like the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, good luck to the Capital Bruins and Helena High Bengals at the Western Seeding Divisionals this weekend, and Townsend and Jefferson in their BC Divisional Seeding Tournament as well.
You know, Jason, just a bit ago you were talking about good sportsmanship. I think we've seen that from both teams tonight. Both coaches with a real good sense of proportion and command of their athletes, the players playing viciously hard, but with respect.
Wyman's going to have to come out. They couldn't get it stopped, so Laurel Johnson will check in, and he'll shoot the 1-and-1 with 3:53 to go. Well, they can have anybody they want shoot the free throws, so they want Match Burnham to shoot them.
Well, that makes sense. He's been in the ball game and playing. It's hard to come off the bench and shoot a free throw.
Yeah, 1-and-1. These are Burnham's first free throw attempts. And he just made it. Just made it. First one is good. It's 67-54. He'll get a second. He had a big smile after that first one, and that one was nothing but net. So a 14-point lead for the Saints. Berkeley and Schultz back in for the Argos. 3:53 to go. Saints up 68-54 on the Bud Light scoreboard.
And what you're looking at is another really strong defensive effort by Carroll. I mean,
Well, when you look at the Argos came in, averaging 78 points, and they're not going to get there tonight. Ball loose on the baseline. Daho Clark has it. And then a good hard foul, and 3 Saints help pick him up off the floor. And they need all 3 to pick him up off the floor because he's 6'7", 225. He's a big dude.
Yeah. And this
Imhoff's third.
We're talking about that sportsmanship. To me, that's important. What are we teaching these guys as they get an opportunity to play college basketball? If they don't learn how to be good citizens, good sports, and respect your opponent, and do everything you can to beat them. But there were 3 Carroll players there to pick him up. He took a real hard foul.
And, there's a lot of respect between these 2 coaches and these 2 programs.
Yeah.
Over the last few years as Daho Clark hits the free throw. That's not the case with every team and every coach in the Frontier. But definitely between these 2. Daho Clark will get a second. He's got 14 points. He's 8 out of 9 from the free throw line. Or 7 out of 8, I beg your pardon. And now he is 8 out of 9. Taylor in, Daho Clark to the bench. 68-56 Saints, 3:39 to go. Laurel Johnson gets it to Imhoff. Imhoff will get it across midcourt and back to Laurel Johnson. Johnson being harassed, gets through trouble. Kick out to Picaris for 3. It's an air ball. Rebound, jump ball. It'll be Argo basketball as Bashir and Imhoff tumble to the deck.
Well, I think Laurel had a layup. I mean, but he kicked it out.
Daho Clark and Berkeley back in after just leaving 13 seconds ago. So Argo basketball with 3:24 to go.
Kind of slowed down around here with the nosebleed. Everything's kind of It's hard to get the game going back again. Get the ball moving up and down.
4 minutes to go in Butte. Western 67-61 over Tech. Never thought I'd root for the Orediggers, but I am in this one. Probably wouldn't in football, no matter the circumstance. Just part of the rivalry. Berkeley fakes the three. Now he'll drive and he'll put it up and in.
Nice play, nice take by Berkeley.
4-0 run by the Argos, cuts it to 10, 68-58. 3 minutes to go. Imhoff across half court, far sideline, gets it up middle of the floor, now to Kalajaya. Now Santos Piqueras holds way out left wing. Up on top, Burnham fakes the three. He'll drive, has it stripped out of his hands into the hands of Rice. Rice back the other way. He'll had it stripped away by Kalajaya. It'll stay with you, UP. Saints fans across the way didn't like that one. They thought it went off of Rice's leg. But Argo basketball with 2:41 to go. Schultz up on top to Berkeley over the right side, Brooks McGregor. Now Berkeley back to the left side. Schultz has it. He'll drive baseline. Left all alone, put it up and in, and it's an 8-point lead all of a sudden for Carroll. 68-60, 2:25 to go. Plenty of time still. Piqueras takes a timeout. And, you know, there was some chippiness there with Santos Piqueras and Rice.
Well, they had him in a trap, and
he called the timeout, and Rice kept going after the ball, and Piqueras didn't like that. 2:22 to go. We get a timeout on the floor. Let's go ahead and take this one, Kenny. On the Bud Light scoreboard, Saints lead the Argos 68-60. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. 2:22 to go. Carroll leading Providence 68-60. Final score from Missoula. The Capital girls 72, Hellgate 30. Capital now 10-1. Helena High girls also won. Hellgate boys beat the Capital boys 50-32 tonight. Here at 68-60. Saints by 8 with 2:05 remaining. Kalajaya wraps a great pass to Ryan Imhoff.
That was a beautiful pass.
70-60 Saints, 2 minutes to go.
I don't know how he got that through there.
Brooks McGregor, another three, another miss. Rebound by Burnham. Argos are now 7 of 27 from three. Laurel Johnson into the front court. Penetrates into the lane, leaves it, tried to leave it out to Burnham, stolen away by Jack Taylor. Taylor lost the handle, somehow got it back, out to Schultz for three. This one's good. 70-63 with 92 seconds to go.
Well, the Argo press has been pretty effective. It has definitely speeded up Carroll a little faster than they wanted to go. And they had a couple of turnovers there and a couple of threes. No quit in them.
Helena High girls get a 43-37 win at Big Sky. Northern men 80, Rocky 71. That's a final.
So Jason, go through now. Assuming Carroll wins, Northern wins, Western wins. Western would still be in first, like 8-3.
Yep.
Carroll would be 7-4.
If Western hangs on and they lead by 3 right now at Tech, 69-66 with a minute to go. 2 minutes to go, actually. So Tech's got a chance.
Yeah.
But if Western hangs on, they'll be 8-3. If Carroll hangs on, 7-4. Northern would be 6-5. Rocky 5-6.
Yeah.
And then Providence 4-7, and Tech would drop to 2-9 unless they can come back. A Tech win tonight, if they rally, would put Carroll and Western into a tie for first.
Yeah.
So lots can happen here in the final month of the season.
Yeah, in the final 2 minutes of this one and in Butte.
Yeah. This is not over by any means, especially the way Providence shooting the threes. They're 8 of 28 from 3.
Well, the press has definitely speeded Carroll up a little faster than they wanted to go.
Northern beating Rocky. That one is a final. Saints in the backcourt with 90 seconds to go. They lead 70-63. Burnham gets it across midcourt and hands it off to Kalajaye.
We're good. Done.
Northern's now 16-8 overall. Johnson loses it. Had it knocked away from behind. Rice finds Schultz. A 3. Air ball into the hands of Kalajaye. He'll get it to Burnham. And Burnham gets fouled.
Carroll got a break there. Yeah, Coach Owens has got a reason to complain about that one.
That is a foul on.
Although the officials have really been excellent.
This has been really
a well
great job by
game,
both officials, or all three officials, and in both games, really.
Yeah.
Schultz, Bashir's fourth, team foul number 9. Match Burnham shooting 1-1. Tech down 71-70, 54 seconds to go.
My goodness. O'Neal time over there. He's a guy that can make plays in the last seconds of games.
He did it against Carroll.
You get the ball in his hands, one possession ball game, he can win it for you.
Burnham hit the first. And he hits them both. 72-63, Carroll with 59 seconds to go. Rice, top of the circle. Free throw line. Down to the block, kicks it out, Schultz. He'll penetrate. Lost the handle on the way up and into the hands of Picaris. Up ahead now, Imhoff. 42 seconds to go. Imhoff feeds Picaris. Kid leaves it up on top for Kalajaye. Now we're to the left side for Laurel Johnson. 30 seconds to go. Coach Owens telling the guys not to foul. 10 on the shot clock. Laurel up to Imhoff. He'll step inside the three-point line, in and out, no good. Rebound by Schultz, 15 seconds left, but the Saints are going to pull this one out. Reversed by Rice, no good. Burnham with the long rebound, and he'll take it into the front court, and he'll just dribble this one out.
Could have dunked it and didn't. Class.
Yep, backed it out, knew that there was no reason to take it to the rack.
Yep.
Your final score tonight on the Bud Light scoreboard, the Saints 72, the Argos 63. But